life's a gamble, I roll dice. Bet against me, I roll twice. I done beat the odds my whole life. I said I'm ready for greatness.
Shit, dang.
And welcome back to another episode of the Autonomous Podcast. I am your host, Damian Jackson, and today it's not just me. We have the lovely, beautiful Katie, sister-in-law, best friend, wherever you fucking want to call her, she's at for me.
Hello.
And just a small introduction, tell the people how we came about in your story, because it's funny, and I always say I was going to have you tell the story.
So we met because I got a job at McDonald's at, what was that? Was I 18?
No,
I was pregnant.
17.
Was it 17?
Yeah.
Because I was pregnant with Kaden because I had her at 18.
It would have been the summer of our junior year going to senior year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like 4 months pregnant with Kaden at this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Couldn't tell from behind. That didn't sound right. But you could.
No, because it was like a little beach ball
Yeah.
at that time. And I was 100 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah,
so,
you were skinny. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. And so I got the job at McDonald's from Amy.
Oh, I forgot about her.
She got
I think I got her
me
on Facebook too. Now I thought about it.
Really?
Yeah. I talked to her not too long
I
ago.
should
Like,
reach
she's
out.
fine and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't, years. So she got me the job there and I met you there.
Yeah.
And it was history pretty much. We just became friends.
Our love for
was,
anime, the Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon
We
Ball
talk about
Z.
Dragon Ball Z a lot. A lot of Dragon Ball Z talk.
Movies.
Yeah.
We had a love for movies.
You like Sailor Moon and stuff too.
Oh my goodness, yes. So we bonded over that.
Over nerd shit.
Nerd shit.
That's basically what
Is
it
that
was.
nerd? I don't consider it nerd shit.
Oh, I guess then it was nerd.
Now it's not. Everybody loves it now.
Yeah, now it's cool. Now
Back
it's
in the
normal
day,
stuff.
millennial time, we were considered nerds.
It was nerd stuff, so.
Not much anymore.
Yeah, different time frame then, but yeah, it was good. And then looking back in those years too, like I always think of like how we came about and everything and whatnot. And then it was a good time period because you were pregnant, so you were working and stuff. You're doing your fucked up family, whatever and whatnot. And I just
Among every single day life.
I'm close to, you and then Robert, like, y'all my closest friends from my childhood and stuff that I still have in my adult years, but for y'all, like, y'all always listen to me talk my shit, my most random ass shit or whatever, and so I was always appreciative of that because we spent hours on the phone at nighttime just talking or whatever and stuff, so I always appreciate that, and that's it, I'm loyal after that point, so.
Yeah, well no, because I mean, think about it, like when we were in high school, like we weren't in the same high school.
Yeah.
And we were able to communicate, even at a young age. Like, yeah, I was pregnant, doing adult shit. But like my mindset was already transitioning, but like I wasn't into like the high school stuff, right?
Yeah,
and so you were already working and you know what I mean? Like, and it was nice talking to someone who wasn't talking about childish stuff, like, you know, very, very responsible. We were talking about, I mean, childish stuff, Dragon Ball Z,
more mature
more
though, stuff.
mature, wanting to do more like just go to the movies and just chill. It wasn't the type of like high school relationship where, you know, there was any type of perversion. It was just very harmonious and like caring, and I'll listen to you if you listen to me, and it was just very comforting to have that instead of all the keep up with the other kids. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't none of that. You didn't judge me. I mean, back in early 2000s, like high school pregnant girls were treated like crap. I mean, I remember when all my friends found out that I was pregnant, like everybody scattered. Like my last high school year, it was everybody just discarded me and act like I was just trash.
They treat you like pariah and stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny because I didn't treat you like that.
No,
I probably would have made
like
fun of you
normal
though. If you
person.
were someone else, but it was the way you carried yourself as a pregnant. Like you weren't. I knew you was in your relationship with her, and then that, you know, the father didn't turn out that well and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was the way you carried. Because when I met you, you were pregnant at McDonald's working.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, it cut you off from everyone else stuff.
Yeah.
And then I guess I forget my mom was pregnant in high school too. I never think of her as a teenage mom, but same as you, I don't think of you as like a teenage mom, especially, you know, around, I think it was a few years later where we had that show on MTV, Teen Mom. Like,
Oh my goodness.
You were never like not
after that. Later
yeah.
I was like, oh, now you make it
You
a cool
should have been
thing?
on that shit. No,
They made it a cool thing after I had my kid though. You know what I mean?
But you were never that stereotype and stuff when it came to that. Because you were working and stuff and you were providing and you were going to find a way and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you still had good grades and shit anyway.
Oh, I graduated early. Like I didn't
Yeah.
have to go to the end of my senior year because I was already ahead of my grades and stuff. So, you know, I got to graduate with my class, and then with my baby there. Like it wasn't, I never stopped. You know what I mean? So, and that's what our relationship was based off of, like a respect, a mutual respect for each other, and like very like responsible for our age, I would say.
It's a healthy dynamic, which people always, they think males and females cannot do that and stuff, but
They
because
say that.
people are perverted in their own mind anyway and stuff, and over sexualized stuff, but it's having, like I said, mutual respect, boundaries, all those things stuff, because I think people don't have healthy relationships anyway. People have surface level relationships, and we was always talking about
Deeper
like
stuff.
families and kids and life and going on beyond that and stuff and whatnot. I mean, that's part of the reason why I married a sister. See how that turned out, but that was part of the reason, because I'm like, hey, this is my best friend.
Yeah.
Why would I not marry a sister? They should be similar in mindset. Sometimes it's not. It's not.
Always.
But I guess you just didn't pick up on it or whatever, but we'll leave that for a whole nother episode, because that's a whole separate topic in itself. But,
Yeah, she is.
but you know, because on the Thomas podcast, we talk about society and societal issues and stuff, but teenage pregnancy and just young pregnancy, I said pregnancy under 25, because any time between like the 16 is pushing it, but you know, 17 to 25, you're still in that developmental part of your frontal lobe not fully being all the way there, and you're trying to have kids and everything and be married and stuff and work through that dynamic and work and establish yourself. Like you're doing it all at fucking once, which ain't the best idea. But you can come out on top. We're both disabled veterans and stuff, retirement, everybody's sitting well financially and plan to make more. But would it have been different for us if we started out differently? Because then you have to wonder the cause and effect. Are we what we are because of what we went through? Yeah, you can say that, but...
Well, I don't know, you know, society places a lot of pressure on people. Like, you know, back in the day, like being a teenage, you know, high school pregnant girl, that was shunned upon people, you know what I mean? Like now it's like, oh, not a big deal. Like they have, you know, the TV show, like you said. But like back then it was like, you know, you're supposed to graduate high school, go to college, then start a family, like that societal, you know, nuclear family norm. And when you don't do it that way, you know, you go against the grain, people automatically place you in a stereotype that I never stuck in. Like even our friendship, like we never stuck in the society. Like
never part of the
you can't have a guy friend and a girlfriend. Like y'all have to be some kind of sexualized. No, you don't. Not unless you're making it. But then it's like it does depend on the people and the dynamic, because like you were raised by a very strong woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you aren't like, you have a good female lead and a male lead that where you can still be in your, I wouldn't say feminine, but like you know how to respect women.
And I think being goal oriented helps out a lot, because we both were focused on, you still had your goals no matter what.
Yeah, you were like straight arrow for what you were going to do in your life.
There's a bigger picture objective, so you're not always thinking of the small day-to-day, I guess, simple pleasures in life, not in a bad way, but I guess a lot of American culture in general is always a quick fix to dopamine hits and stuff. And that tends to be with the drugs, sex, and alcohol and shit, which happens in the teen years.
But you were never like that either, and neither was I.
No,
like,
and I thought your sister wasn't like
that. Me neither. You know, me neither. Like she had me full too, you know.
Wasn't a fucking phase.
As a big sister.
But we grew up in Lakeland, Florida, so there were people around us like that.
Yeah. But
we could all tell who the fuck was gonna fall off and who was gonna succeed to some point. And then sometimes you'd be wrong.
You never know. Well, I mean, because when Lindsay started hanging out with us, it was because she was kind of being out there, and she kept getting in trouble, and I kept having to rescue her when I was like 5 months pregnant, and I just kept, you know, I was like, you know, you have to stay with me. So like that's when we started bringing her with us, and I thought, you know, and we both thought like she was getting her stuff together, because we're not that far apart in age. We're only 2 years apart, 2 and some change.
Yeah.
And so I thought, you thought, you know, she wanted, like, we thought she was being more responsible, and then she did. She started getting better grades.
I think she believed herself so much that she psyched herself out.
What it is she learned to mask. even better. She learned to mask what we wanted as for her until she got done doing what she needed from you. That's when, you know, y'all started dating and she masked good until finally she got what she wanted from you.
Do you think that is a common thing amongst teenagers around that time where they have a version of themselves that they think they want to be, that they want their friends and family and parents, all of that to see, but they don't live up to it in their minds, so they just kind of fall off? Like, do they set their expectations unrealistically, or is it just, I always wonder, is it like an internal thing, or are they trying to look for external motivation to raise their kind of standard up to a certain level? But
I don't like to say, okay, I like to think perspectively wise, because everybody has a different perspective. So I think for some people, I think for some people, right?
Yeah.
I think there's other people who are just people who know they're masking, and they're like, this is what I think they'll like, so I'm going to be like this.
Yeah.
And they transition per group. You know, they group themselves, and it's easy for them, like chameleons.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? But I don't think that's everybody. Like, I hate generalizing and putting people in groups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody is different. So it's like, what group do you fall in? You know what I mean? But like, I think, some people do that, like you said. But I think in her instance was, unfortunately, I didn't realize until later from outside perspectives, because as like a big sister, and I really wanted to take care of her. Like, she was kind of like my first baby. Like, I always wanted her to be good. You know what I mean? Like, always running after her in the middle of the night, making sure she's okay while my parents slept. You know what I mean? Like, not giving a fuck. And I was the one, where's my sister? Where's my sister? Like, picking her up drunk at older men's houses where she's not supposed to be. And so I just didn't want to see it until Jordan, my husband, was like, you don't see how she's being like sneaky and manipulative. And then I just started to like pay attention, and then I started those rose-colored goggles.
And this is years later, right?
Yeah, years later. So she was like running a map around me for years and years. And so I didn't really see it until like that one time we were all leaving to the Strawberry Festival, and like a group of us, like 3 different cars, my aunt, my mom, and my dad, and then us. And we were all leaving the Strawberry Festival, and she calls me talking about somebody's jumping the fence trying to break in the house. Like, we rushed back, cops were called, and like all this stuff is going on, like chaos. And Jordan tells me in the car, he goes, she lied, she's lying. And I was like, why would she lie? You know, I'm defending her with all my might.
Yeah.
Why would she lie? And then years later, she says, yeah, I lied. Like, what? Like, but he's seen it. So then once I started catching on, I realized what she is. And that's just what it is. She's good at masking. She's good at love bombing. She's good at telling you what you want to hear.
And it makes me, because I always, tell the kids about her and everything. So I mean, I always bring her up, because I bring her up to everybody, because she's a general case study. Right? She's a general case study, because a lot of people are out there, but a lot of them mask so well that they made their way to, positions in office, right? The presidency, in the White House, on the state Senate, judges, teachers, they're all over the place in society and stuff.
Yeah,
and it makes you wonder, because of social media, are we more aware of them?
Yes, I think so.
Is it also too that it's a product of our society in which we're going along, and at least in America and stuff, because everyone has narcissistic tendencies to some extent and whatnot, but as far as the lack of true self, right? Everyone's looking external to find their labels and stuff. I think it's worse now
because of social media, like the age groups that are growing up with it.
Yeah.
Like with us, like I think people were in their own areas in life, like their own little small towns or the places they grew up in. If they did leave out of town, they had more of a perspective, but like you're not as aware of it as it is now, right? I mean, people throw the word narcissism around like it's nothing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it's, what you got to understand is a lot of people have traits of a narcissist.
Oh yeah, we all do.
So
I definitely
you can't just say you're a narcissist, right?
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Like, but Lindsay is like a case study, classic textbook narcissist. Like she's not capable of having long-term friend groups. Like she has to go town to town when she ruins and burns all the bridges and demasks. You know what I mean? Like she's chaos. Like she loved chaos.
I said people like that, they're good. They can, if they hone their selves in on a particular objective, they're good for like the corporate world, because think of a CEO, a top CEO executive stuff.
She's
they jump from place to place after every couple of years. So that type of mentality is good for someone like that and stuff. And they can excel in those areas, but their personal lives will always be like
chaos.
fucked up. It's just
and
all
she
over
loved
the place.
chaos. Like, she loved chaos. And it really was true. Like, if she thought like there was happiness or anything, if she's seen your happiness, she would want to ruin it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a legitimate thing. Like, she didn't like her kids to be happy. I mean, she wanted Sydney, and then once she got Sydney, she was like, I don't want Sydney no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just want the idea of having a baby, and people love on me while I have the
But
baby.
you know,
and then,
people like her, I tell the kids all the time, like, if you pay attention, everyone tells the truth. She always said,
always did.
Said, I want a kid, I want a baby, I want a kid. And that's what she wanted, because after about 5, 6, 7, 8, once they have to, you know, have their own world, their own words, their own lives, their own ideas, stuff, she don't want that anymore. And I think a lot of, not just women, but a lot of men, a lot of people that say they want the family, they want, you know, the spouse and kids or whatever and stuff, they don't really want it. They want the idea of it.
Until all the hard work goes into play.
Yeah, because like we talk about all the time, like dealing with kids stuff and parenting, because your daughter is 21,
Yep.
the next oldest is 18, then you got the youngest is 11, like spaced out.
I mean, I didn't go into it like, oh, I wanted a family, right? 17 getting knocked up, it was more or less not knowing anything about sex. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't, you know, that's another topic all on its own, about speaking to your kids about realistically about sex.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And not hiding hard conversations from them. Because that's what, if I had a really hard conversation, I probably wouldn't have Kaden, you know what I mean?
You have to have those.
You have to have those. And so, like, that's just one of the things in life, is like just dealing with those aspects. And that idea, I didn't go into it like I want to be a parent. I just ended up being one.
Yeah.
You know, but some people do. They go in thinking, oh, this is the idea of like, oh, it's going to be so great and da 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 da, and you know, no, it's a lot of work.
Because we say the American dream is, you know, white picket fence, house, whatever, 2.5 kids, even though that doesn't never make sense. But I remember my other best friend growing up, Robert, talking to him. He reminds me that we talked about wanting to have kids. So I barely remember that shit, but I do remember like having those conversations and stuff. And I think it was more or less just, not just like almost like a life objective to have and stuff to go along with the other accomplishments I was gonna do. But when we talk about kids between me and you and stuff, it's this shit never fucking ends, right? We always gotta be a parent, always gotta parenting and stuff, like Sydney at 17 and driving and shit.
Yeah. And
my anxiety is now starting to go away, but it's always there.
It's always there.
And I don't think people understand the lifetime commitment. I tell like some of my younger friends that are single and stuff, whatever, without any kids, and they see me being a single parent and doing this stuff and playing video games and making the content and stuff. I'm like, oh no, I'm always going, I'm always doing something. You
Those
can't
are
just,
snippets.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate, like that's one thing, social media, people really, I don't know, because they like to, I think it's because like when we like to see movies, we like to leave our reality.
Yeah.
And people want to believe like these little tiny snippets of people's lives, it's like their whole world.
Yeah.
It's another weird thing. I don't.
Because like you do it, I do, we make the videos and everything, so you work on your book, you're working on the house, the Airbnb, all the other shit and everything, still got to cook dinner.
Still got to
get your husband's lunch ready and everything. So
still got to go take the kids.
You're the matriarch of the household, you're taking care of
doing
everything.
all these other things. So it's never, from morning until night.
It's all
day. Homeschooled all 3 of my kids.
Yeah.
Used to go to college, have a full-time job as a substitute teacher.
Like parenting
Still as a parent.
is a 24/7 job till you fucking die.
Till you die.
If you're a good parent, and I think that's
but
the
some
biggest.
people, you know, a lot of generations, and I'm like grouping, but like, it's be across all generations, but some people like to believe like, oh, you know, we're gonna raise our kids till 18 and then you're on your own. And when I sit there, I doom scroll and I see some videos where these parents are really kicking their kids out at 18, like bye.
I always tell the kids that, and my parents told me that, but I know they never really meant it, but I got what they were trying to say. Like, hey, if you ain't got shit going on, then you're on your own, because we can't do nothing for you if you don't help yourself, especially after 18, 19, whatever. But I see it too on social media now. People are legitimately just kicking their kids out. Like, why would you kick your child out right at 18? Oh, you graduate. Oh, or charging them. I seen one video, somebody, charging them rent. Oh, $500. I'm like, what? I mean, oh, you just graduated high school? Like, yeah, I just graduated, but I still gotta find a job. I'm like, oh, you gotta pay this rent.
Yeah.
At that point too, like, you just look at your parent like, damn, did you love me? Or was I just legally obligated to you and stuff? Yeah. That's a scary thought.
There are some parents like that, or like, I did my responsibility. It were an accident. You know what I mean? Like, there are some people who are like that, but not everybody. Like, I truly believe, like, as a parent, in my perspective and just my opinion. I look at my 3 daughters and I'm like, I want to take care of them for the rest of my life. Like, I want them to enjoy their life this go around. Like, as their selves, this go around, whatever it is, I want them to enjoy it and not be in the societal norm of continuously working until your time to die. Like, I never will stop being a parent. Like, I don't want them to rush to grow up. Like, I don't care what anybody thinks. Like, I want them to live their life. And if that means I have to take care of them, not saying that I don't give them responsibilities. They all have responsibilities. I teach them how to take care of themselves. I teach them how to cook, clean, work. You know what I mean? Like, both my oldest have jobs. You know what I mean? Like, they've helped take care of their younger sisters. They, you know, they do all the natural things. They help around the house, that family business. And I just hold them responsibility for being humans, and being good people. But I want to also give them a life of not stress, because that a lot of times, especially right now, it's so hard to live.
Yes.
You know, I mean, nobody can lie about how bad life is out there. Like, kids can't move out on their own. Like, right, the nuclear family from the compound family. Like, I want to go back to that compound living. Even if that might not be their plan, they don't have to do it. But I want to give them that safety net to always be able to, if they don't want to be in my space, come to a place where they can go.
I know America has a kind of dynamic where everyone's more independent and go out, and it's a big country. There's a lot of space to go out and move, but now it's not necessarily feasible as far as economically speaking. And sometimes your best advantage is to stay at home or whatnot. But like, I think the biggest issue people see when it comes to, like, in society, American culture, as far as like parenting, is that they don't, like, when we speak about the kids, we speak about parenting with pride. Like, it's a part of our accomplishment of something that we love doing and stuff. Yeah, it's stressful, but we love doing it. And we put everything we got into it. Most people don't put too much of their lives into anything. And you would think it would be their kids, because they're right there, they're their offspring, they're the product of their product of their life choices and the thing that they did, but people don't put that much into them at all, almost as if they don't have that much to put into themselves. So,
well, if they're not putting themselves, and they're not going to put into their kids, right?
It makes me wonder, because we're of course we have the military background, that helps, but military people do suck as parenting as well.
There's different versions of everybody. That's why you can't group people into a group of people. You know what I mean?
It makes me wonder the personality traits, because like, I feel like my parents are good parents, but they're also goal oriented. My dad's competitive, so his version of being a good father is just, if anything, being a good provider, making sure he go to work, and he has a retirement stuff now, and he provides for his kids. So like, as far as I see, when you are a good parent, that trait of being goal oriented or being self-driven, self-motivated, that helps you be a better parent. Because, you know, at some point, by our kids, I mean your kids, one of them is going to have kids. I don't know if my kids going to have kids. My son,
I mean, maybe.
Miles might luck up and shit because some woman talked him into it and fell in love with him or something like that. And he's like, all right. But I wonder, you know, will it kind of continue on to the next generation stuff? Because we were talking about taking care of your kids no matter what. Even as they get older, I plan on doing the same thing, putting money in their account, saving and stuff like that. People get mad, and you see on social media as far as like Nepo babies, but essentially that's the goal. That's
the goal. Like, I don't like when people are like, oh, that's a Nepo. Like, they try to make it sound like it's a bad thing because their family is the one who got a leg up. Good for them. Like, I want that for my kids. I don't know why it's a bad thing.
I think the biggest thing is that the fact that, like, we really want to just have some type of, I guess, insight. Like, hey, how'd you do it? I don't need to know exactly, but just give me little things here and there so I can formulate my own idea, my own structure and stuff. So we don't want those people who have Nepo babies to gatekeep the information. But at the same time, the more, you know, being on social media, we talked about before, and we want to accumulate more and massive wealth as we try to help others around us, especially other veterans. They don't give a fuck. So I'm like, you know what, maybe gatekeeping makes a point sometimes, because I don't necessarily agree with it or like it, but case by case, because like as far as the Nepo baby and stuff, these people out there, they're putting them in certain schools, they're putting them in, making sure they have a certain degree program, certain levels of education, certain levels of training and stuff, but they're keeping it tight, closely knitted to make sure they don't share it with nobody, because it's almost as if, do y'all really want this information or not? Because it falls on deaf ears plenty of times.
No, it does, and that's the thing I have learned. It's like, I love boosting people up. I want to see people around me succeed. But people don't want it. You
They don't
can't
want it.
force people
They don't want it.
to want it. So if I do give advice, that's something I've already done, and I have the information for it, and I can give it to you. You don't have to take it. I'm not saying, oh, take my advice. I'm saying this really works, and
Yeah.
if you want to take it, you can take it. But 9 times out of 10, when I do say things to people, they're looking for an answer, but then I give them the answer, and they're like, that's not, like, immediately they're like, I can't do it. Like, there is no actually going out and trying to solve their problem. It's like, then you don't want the answers.
You don't want it.
You don't want it.
You
So
don't
like,
want
and
it.
then it gets tiring after a while. You're like, you keep trying to help, and they're like, I'm not looking for actual solutions.
But see, that's why
You
I was
know,
talking
it's
about. I get
aggravating.
why people sometimes gatekeep or put up a paywall,
I
price
see,
people out, and stuff,
yeah.
because it's like, you know what? There's information for who actually wants
Wants it, and if you want it, you'll work for it to get
Yeah,
it.
because at some point you're wasting people's time and stuff.
Yes.
You try to pass on, I try to pass on information. Like I said, especially to other veterans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it just falls. They just don't pay no attention
Yeah.
to it. Falls on deaf ears. And it's like, you know, why the fuck did I just sit here and talk to you and tell you all this stuff for you not to just
Yes.
ignore none of the shit, even though you fucking asked me how to do it. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, David, how do you stream? How do you make the videos? How you gonna do that?
Yeah.
How you do this? How you did this and that? Oh, you really doing that? Yes. And it's like, what you thought I wasn't gonna do it, but that's what people,
Yeah.
a lot of people have ideas, but they don't have no follow through.
They don't. Or
And
they
then
want it done for them.
And they don't have a plan. And someone tried to give them a plan, and like you said, oh no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the fuck to tell you no more. Why are we having this conversation anymore?
Okay, you don't
But
want it, you
it's-
know? But then we'll come back like a week later or so with the same problem, and then be talking to me about it. Like, I don't want to talk about it no more. I gave you a solution. If you didn't like that solution, go find one your way and stop complaining about it necessarily. It's like, it's just the same problem you're choosing not to find a solution for.
Because I know you have people, I have people and stuff in our family and friends or whatever and whatnot, as we get on social media and you're doing your book and I was doing a podcast and other content stuff, they don't think nothing of it. Then they see the stuff and then
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, wait a minute. And we hear it from other content creators, everyone that's in like that kind of industry of creation and whatnot. It's like, what it comes down to is not just the plan and everything. People don't want to take that first initial step.
No, it's scary. It's hard. Like, like my 11-year-old, like when she does something new, she's like, oh, this is hard. I can't do it. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Like,
Yeah.
either you work towards getting better at it, or you just fail and you just stop and you ultimately never try again, and you just failed.
Yeah.
You never learn. But if you keep working at something, if you want something bad enough, you'll get it. You'll find a solution to your problems. But a lot of people don't want solutions. They out here just, I got problems and I want an easy fix. And life
People
isn't
love
like
to
that.
complain.
Life is they do like to complain.
It's
They
like
do
a
like
dr-
to
it's like a
complain.
drug
And then
problem.
don't get me wrong, like, I'm a complainer. Like, I'll complain about some shit, but then I'm always solving my problems.
Yeah, we're gonna complain it, and then I'm gonna fix about it. I'm complaining about the shit because I gotta fucking fix it.
I'm gonna
but
fix
I'm
it.
gonna fix
so
it.
I was raised by a bunch of non-problem solving pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, like crabs in the bucket mentality, like trying to claw each other down because they would hate to see somebody else succeed but don't want to fix their own problems.
Yes.
Like bottom of the barrel men, all the women work, none of the men barely work. Like, it's horrible. And they're not even my family. I was like put in this family by my mom. I was my mom's first child out of her marriage with her. She was like a child bride. They're 15 years apart. He was 30 when he met her.
It's still so
It's
hard.
just disturbing.
Still so hard
And then
here.
she had got sent away to her mom's in Mississippi, and then got pregnant with me, and then came back, and then they got back together. So that family that I was raised in, they're just losers, and they all hate on each other. They all try to tear each other down. They all abuse each other, and as soon as one tries to climb up, they're trying to pull that one down. And they
Yeah.
always got a problem, but never a solution. Like, I've had to tell my stepdad that. Like, at one point, like, he has knowledge. Like, I'd say he's stupid, but he's not stupid. Like, he has knowledge of some things that we were asking
stupidity
for.
is a choice. Ignorance is a choice
It's a choice.
because people pick and choose.
And we were like, I literally had to tell him, I was like, that's why you're at where you're at in your 70s, and that's why I'm at where I'm at in my 30s.
Yeah.
Because you choose to always have a fucking problem instead of a solution. You never try to fix anything.
I'd never known him to fucking work since I met y'all. So what? That's going back to
Barely.
like when I first met you, 2004. Never known him to work and stuff. Never,
Barely.
never known.
Barely.
I was like,
my whole
so
life.
Weird. And it's so weird to me because my dad has done nothing but work. So, and my dad said, you're not a man unless you work. So if anything, you get your ass out and work, especially for your family, for your wife, your kids. You get your ass out there and work.
But that whole family is like that, though. Like the whole family, the aunts and uncles. There's like maybe 2 uncles out of the whole bunch that really work. Other than that, like
even for some of them that claim to be business owners, they still didn't carry themselves as business owners, whatever.
No, I would say con artists.
Because anybody can have a business,
but
are you legitimate
they're
about
conning
it?
People like with a business. So like that's kind of how they're very lazy people.
But I wanted you to bring you on this episode anyway because, like I said, a Thomas podcast, we're always talking about society in general and whatnot. The societal examples that we know are negative, that we don't want a part of our society, are all around us. They're in our family, they're our friends, they're everywhere and stuff. And we've been in the military, in the Army, I was in the Air Force, and they were there. There was the sergeants, the captains, the fucking generals, shit like that. And all these people function within our society. So I'm all for, independence and everything and stuff. But I'm starting to be like, we gotta start separating ourselves from a philosophical, ideological standpoint so far as how we want to, I think I told you about this before too, like a Thomas society where everyone is their own individual person doing what they do, but we understand the collective that we're going to operate and work together because we're all stuck on this planet together, right? We ain't got $1 billion yet to get off this motherfucker and fly off to the Mars or moon or whatever, but we're all stuck here. But I think it's something where we all come into agreement to work with each other to survive on this planet, but we just gotta I don't want to say get rid of them. I do say we gotta get rid of them, but not necessarily from a physical standpoint, but slowly start to separate ideologically, physically, psychologically from those type of people. And we're doing it by just slowly cutting off the people, family members, close friends I have cutting off in the past few months to a year and stuff where we're expressing our ideas and where we want to go with our lives. And they just kind of look.
Oh, they get mad about it.
Yeah.
That family gets mad about it. And they talk crap and they make up their lies. And that's a lot of negative thinkers, though. People who are just, because they're not able to do it, they don't want nobody else to do it.
And they never had just even the slightest of accomplishment. So they don't know what it feels like.
So they think you're undeserving of your accomplishments. Like I had one of my cousins, well, not my cousin. I don't honestly, I don't associate them with my family because I was put into that family, and now that my mom's passed this last October, I don't associate them as my family. So. Well,
no, she was a connection.
Yeah, that was it. And now it's gone.
And it wasn't really it wasn't her actual biological family anyway, for the most part. So.
So. With the way that I feel like, not just my family, but this is what people they do to each other is. At the time, one of my cousins, when I first went in the military, during the recession in 2008, you remember the recession in 2008? Most millennials will know recession 2008 or older. My husband was an electrician, and he kept losing jobs because the housing market crashed, right? So he tried to go in the military. He had so many boundaries to push. He could not get in. So I jumped and I went in because we needed the money. And as a family, we had 2 kids, and we needed to survive. So I'm like the last person anybody thought I would go in the military, right? Last person. Nobody, it was a surprise. So as soon as they hear it, you would think that's an honorable thing to do. Like for my family and for the country. No, first thing they do is, oh, you couldn't find a real job? What's a real job to you been going into the military?
And you know what?
Like that's crazy to me. That's what they will say and literally tell me. Call me up so mad that I'm going in the military. Like, how dare I think I'm...
Go back a little bit. I wasn't surprised that you went in, but I guess I knew it was part of your character that you was going to do what you need to do. Remember when I first met you, you was already working at McDonald's 4 months pregnant, and you stayed working right until what?
I had her.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So like I knew that was part of your character already and everything and stuff. But yeah, I remember. Well, with Lindsay, my ex-wife, her sister, she got mad because she's like, oh, you only got what you got because the military, they take care of everything for you. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean?
Why else would you go into a job because they're going to take care of you? And then, like they make it sound like it's a bad thing
for us to be retired
with
a permanent income to the day we fucking die. Before 40, it does rub people the wrong way.
It
I know
does.
you come across people our age and stuff and everything, like, oh, you got this and you got that, and
Yeah.
well, you don't really deserve that handicap. So yeah, I do, motherfucker. I deserve
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I deserve every fucking thing that
Yeah.
I want to have and stuff. But people get mad because they didn't make the choice. They were afraid. Everyone always say, "Oh, I should have joined. I should have joined."
Oh,
Well,
they
but
always
you
say, I
didn't.
was going to. It was
Yeah.
always that. Or it's just like, I love seeing it in the comments sometimes when I'm doom scrolling. I see in the comments, they're like, well, the office was open, the recruiter's office was open to everybody.
Yeah,
And like,
exactly.
now I love that. Like, I would have never thought about that when someone's talking their crap to me, but I'm like, I can promise you, missing the back part of my skull, I miss that. you know? You know, I miss not, being in pain 24/7.
We was talking about can't go to theme parks and ride
I
roller
know
coasters.
I can't ride
stuff,
roller
so-
coasters, which I loved, but a lot of things I can't do anymore. But they see you walking and talking, and they assume you're not deserving. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because you're not in a wheelchair, you're not missing all your limbs.
And it's
Or they
it's
think
sad.
that our medical records are somehow we are like the biggest con artists of the century.
Because we share the veteran
Government.
stuff on social media and everything. And we see the stuff where they always talking about veterans, especially 100%ers who permanent and total disabled. Sit there and say, "Oh, you're lying about you scam the government." If we can figure out how to scam the government, I'm going to get a lot more.
I'd be a lot richer.
I'm going to be a lot more than
That's
the 4,000
diabolical.
or 5,000 a month or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
going for thousands,
Yeah.
and then I'm leaving the country, and I'll never be seen
Yeah,
again.
if it was that easy, right? No, like that's the whole idea, is that they want to believe in themselves, because that's how my family I grew up in is. They want to make up a lie as you're not deserving of it.
Yeah.
And I see that from a lot of people, not just my family, but I do see it from other people too. Like, you're just not deserving of it. Like, how dare you?
And I never understood, like, who are you to tell me what I deserve?
I know, it's
right?
so
Everyone
hard.
has their struggles to some degree, to some extent. And so no one should be like, oh, you don't deserve this. It doesn't. I made a choice. I deserve it.
Yeah.
I took the step to be in. I deserve
Yeah.
it. None of that stuff matters, though. But it's that enviness and
They
stuff
deem
like
it.
that.
Their perspective deems it.
Yeah.
That's their opinion, and they say you're undeserving. So they think you're just undeserving. Like, and there's no, you can't take people's perspectives worth a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like, they just want to be mad about something. Ultimately, is from what I've seen, the people that I'm around, like, who say that, and I'm just like, okay, well, that's you. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I promise you, the doctors and all the medical documentation isn't getting over on nobody. That's why I got it, because I have the documentation. So. Other than that, it's that crabs in the bucket mentality.
Yeah, because
Like,
we see it from other veterans and stuff sometimes. Oh, how come you got 100%? I didn't get 100% or whatever and stuff. It was like my dad and his generation, the older ones. Well, how come we didn't get it? And I told him, like, documentation.
Did
It's
you go
all
after it?
documentation.
Did you?
Everything's documentation and stuff. If it's not on your medical records, that's all they're gonna say. It's not on your medical records and stuff. But it's the game. It is
don't know
what
what
it
to
is.
tell you.
I just don't have nothing for them and stuff.
and you know what? I've come to the point in my life where you just turned 39. I'll be 40 in November, and I don't care anymore. Like, okay, that's cool. You think that like it's not going to change my life anymore. Like, I'm done trying to explain to people what
Yeah.
I am deserving of whatever I deem deserving of.
If I
Like, I want it. I promise you, I'm going to get it,
If
and
I
I
wanna-
always do.
If I want to buy a planet, I deserve it. I don't care anymore.
Don't care.
I don't care anymore.
Like, you're not gonna tell me. Like, I used to, like, that family, like, growing up in that family, being always told I was nothing. Like,
Yeah.
you're nothing, or you're stupid. Like, my sister and my siblings, like, my stepdad would always be like, she's so smart, she's this. They're always, and never would want to tell me that. And
Yeah.
and I used to yearn for those things from these people who actually have nothing. Like, now that I'm an adult, like, I'm like,
Looking
these
back at it,
people
it's
are
almost like, what
one
the
step
fuck?
away. Like, they actually are the biggest. I've been all over the United States, and I've met a lot of people, and like, that family, like, nothing but a bunch of losers. Like, and I used to look up to them. Like, I used to take advice from these people who do not work. Their teeth are falling out of their face. They do not take care of themselves at all. They're all practically crackheads.
I
Like,
remember
my
when I
entire
first met them, I was like, okay.
yeah, like, straight,
I was
like, the
trying my
bottom of the
I was trying my
barrel.
hardest not to judge. I was trying my hardest not to judge.
Yes, and I learned as I got older, like, the one thing they used to try to keep me in my place was, oh, you think you're better than us. And I used to be like, no, I'm not. Now I'm like,
yes.
I fucking am.
Yes, yes.
Like,
In fact, that was my goal, and I'm going to continue to do that.
I am. They try to like, oh, you always got to dress up. Or I like to, like, you like to always dress down. Like, you like to dress homeless. I'm sorry.
Be bummy and shit.
I like to dress how I wanted. Like they everything I did to try to do better, they try to do it. So in my mind, like, I looked up to these people. Now I'm like, I'm about to be 40, and I'm like, I want more. And guess what? I'm going to go get it. And I don't care. You're not going to stop me. I used to let it stop me.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't stop me. Like, I'm just going to keep going.
It never got to a point where it broke you, but it uplifted you, gave you that extra motivation that you already had internally, but just.
But don't get me wrong. Now, I've been in therapy since 2011. You know, I still go to therapy because I need it. Because I mean, there was a lot of stuff I had to unpack. Like. So I had to work through all those things, and all the abuse and all the trauma, but like I did the work. They choose. Okay, so they're right where I left them since I left when I was 18. I'm 40 this year. They're still right where I left them with a few less teeth.
Nothing to show.
Nothing to show, but I have so much, and I'm so blessed because I just never stopped, and I didn't allow them to hold me back at all.
And it's funny because just the natural progression of things, if you just go to work, I mean, the American dream in the past, well, you keep working and you'll get something, it's still there, but people don't know where to work at, they don't know what company to work for, and most people don't be at the same job more than 5 years.
Yeah.
So if you're not nowhere no more than 5 years, you're not getting no benefits anyway.
I thought it was like 3 years. Like, people don't stay after like 3 years. I don't know the statistics, but it's like three.
No, okay. I was saying 5 years from like a decade plus ago.
Yeah.
I was giving them the benefit now. So 3 years, that's even less.
I feel like it's like 3 years.
People barely made it through 4 years of high school. So
yeah, pretty much.
They can't even stay in the same place for 1 year, 2 years, whatever. So it's just a lot of stuff that we can do with it and everything. But I don't want to go on too long, 'cause I know Jordan's going to be on his way in and stuff. But we definitely want to have you back on the show again. We by being me and the AI and stuff, like there's other people.
I enjoy it. We always talk like this, though. This is what we talk about all the time.
I know.
It's very comfortable. It's very easy.
We might have to make a whole separate.
21 years of this.
We got to do a whole separate podcast, but I got to get you more.
We can keep rambling on. This is like that's why we just keep going, because it's like we talk about this stuff all the time.
It's just a normal
Like, we
day.
could do a whole podcast on Lindsay.
Oh my God.
You know?
Oh, yeah. We're going to. I have to.
Like, we could do a whole podcast on my family. I mean, we could do a whole podcast on the military and veterans, and you know, I would love to do that, because like there's so much knowledge we have to help other veterans, and I just want to see people succeed. Like, I wish everybody was like that and boost people up instead of always trying to tear people down. I really wish that, but that's what we do.
Yeah.
I think that's why we have always gotten along, because we have never been in a scenario where we're trying to tear each other down, or I've never seen you try to tear down another person.
No.
Not even when they deserve it, like my sister.
No, I'm gonna say I don't.
Like, really, like over the years, I have always been like, you are way too nice and patient. Like, sometimes I want you to reach out and hurt her. Well, life did that enough, and that's why she's not here no more. But
that's where the patience come in at.
Like,
I let it happen.
We've never done that. Like, it's been straightforward.
The biggest reason why I never did is because I wouldn't stop. If I put myself to it, I wouldn't stop, because I would enjoy it too much. There's so many times I wanted to hurt her. I would never stop.
But she did it. She did it to, I mean.
And I wish her dead so many times.
I know.
And she's not here, so.
It worked.
Like, I'm not going to hell.
I know. They want to be like, oh, that's diabolical. Like, I also don't do that. Like, I also don't.
My dad does that. You can't speak ill of the dead.
Yes. Who said?
I can. Yeah, I can. I spoke ill while she was alive, but do it while she's dead.
I love this example. It's like, so just because, like, so if Ted Bundy, just because he did all that horrible stuff, he murdered all those women, and then he died, we can't speak ill on him?
Still Ted Bundy.
He still was a murderer.
Have you seen the show on NBC, The Hunting Party? I've been watching that lately. I've been to tell you about it.
I need to watch that.
It's on Netflix, so I've been watching that stuff.
And
it's like these serial psychopathic killers were in like this government prison that nobody knew about and stuff and whatnot, and then they all escaped by hunting them down and stuff. I'm like, these are the most fucked up people you can think of and stuff. And I'm just like, and people will still be like, oh, you know, don't talk bad about them after they're gone, though.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
You can't talk me into it either. Call it whatever you want. I don't care. Like, if you were a bad person while you were alive, I'm still gonna say the bad stuff you did when you're gone. Because like, you're not gonna get the angel title just because you've passed on. Like, that's diabolical.
I'm speaking the facts, that's a fact. Now, if you have other facts to dispute it, go right ahead.
Yeah,
but somewhere in between is the truth.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the truth gonna reside on my side.
Yeah,
So I got the
it
facts and the truth on my side.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You
Like
were-
Lindsay, my sister was a bad person. She was a horrible mother to her children. Horrible. Like, and there's facts to that. Like, we could give facts and we could give documentation. We can prove it, you know? And then now she's not here no more, and they're better off for it. Like, that's the sad part. And she's my sister. And don't get me wrong, I had wonderful childhood memories of her, and I love that version that I did get of her at one point. But as we got older and she changed, like we all do, she became worse and worse and worse as a person. You know? And like, you were too good for that. Like, it's just what it is. Like,
you and all the women that know about it just get so mad at her. Like, I remember I had some female friends that said, like, I don't think a woman should ever get hit by a man, but
no, equal opportunity lands.
She deserved it.
She really did. Well, no, she wanted it. I mean, think of all her boyfriends she fought. She's been in jail from beating men. Like, she was the abuser.
I'm
like,
not gonna say I took a high moral road and stuff. The real reason why I didn't go back and forth with her was because she loved the chaos.
She did.
And she wanted me to go back and forth with her.
She wanted it. And you didn't give it to her, which was the most powerful thing you could have done. But me, I'm confrontational too, because I was raised just like her. So I wanted to confront her constantly for her bad behavior. But I'm also like a warrior of injustice. So I hate injustice.
Yeah.
Even if it's a person I love, like even for my kids, if you're being bad to people, you're going to have to face those consequences. You can't be a piece of shit and think that you're going to walk this earth around people and be a piece of crap and not get told. That's a lot of people's problems.
She taught me a lot of patience.
Patient, you deserve an award in patience, like the gold record for patience, because I have zero when it came to her.
Because when we first married, you know, no, we're gonna say that for all that episode.
We could go on
end it there. We're gonna end it there, and then we'll have you back. If anything, we're gonna try to do that at least once a month.
Well, we've been pretty consistent. We started coming here a couple months ago, and we've been, you know, once a month at least. It's been nice because we live 2 hours away from each other, so it's hard to get in between, like the medium. You still go a little further than I do, which I always appreciate.
Well, I feel better now because I mean, Sydney has a car and stuff, so
Oh
I
my
ain't really gotta worry about
gosh, it's a whole different phase in our life now.
Yeah.
Like,
And then Miles just gotta go to practice, but my dad will take him, so I'm not really too concerned about that. So yeah.
and he's gonna be driving soon too, if he ever wants to. Like Alana's a late driver too.
I think I'm gonna make him. Cause I don't want to take him to practice more
Like,
either.
boy, just start driving. Freedom around the corner.
But yeah, we'll have you back on the show again. So thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Life's a gamble, I roll dice. Bet against me, I roll twice. I done beat the odds my whole life. I said I'm ready for
Talking
greatness.
shit, they